can everybody see our presentation slides clearly as well? Yes, thank you. So we'll start soon. All right, let's get started. Good afternoon, everyone. So welcome to Specialization and Migration's online migration seminar. So today is TAS Day, the Tasmania State Nomination and UTAS Information Seminar. So my name is Tin. I'm the manager and registered migration agents from Specialization and Migration. Today we have two speakers with me today. The first one is Namo, my colleague, who is also a registered migration agent. So Namo will talk the first part about the state nomination policy for Tasmania in this financial year. Then we will have our second speaker, Donna, the student recruitment officer from the University of Tasmania. So for each section, we will have a Q&A part. So during our presentation, you are free to type any question in the chat box. Then we will answer it in the Q&A section. So let's do a quick poll before we started. So a very simple question, just want to know, have you ever been to Tasmania before? Okay, let's see the results. No. Okay, 80% of the attendees today haven't been to Tasmania. All right, so probably after today's seminar, you will know more about Tasmania, its living style and the university there. So I will now pass it to Namo. Hello, Namo. Probably you can, yes.
Hey, how are you?
Good, thank you. I will leave it to you.
For introducing that. Hello, everyone. My name is Namo Kim. Then I'm the registered migration agent. Today, I would like to explain you about the Tasmania state nomination. So, 2 weeks ago, we had the New South Wales state nomination with me. Then we got some questions after that. So today as well, if you have any question after all the presentation, you can just leave a message to our colleague. Then we can just provide you answer as quickly as possible. So as a team mentioned, most of you guys haven't visited Tasmania yet, but me as well. So I also haven't visited Tasmania, but I have many clients in Tasmania. So today, based on my experience and the recent information, I would like to give you the up-to-date information. So let's go to the first part. Yeah, this is the contents that I may talk about why Tasmania is the best option for you, and then give you some overview about the TAS state nomination, then give you exact information about the 190 and 490 visa state nomination requirement, and I'll have some Q&A session. Because after that, my session, that the staff from University of Tasmania will give you some more information about the living and studying option in Tasmania, and then we'll have the Q&A session as well. So let's get started for the migration part. Then why Tasmania? So many of our clients, when I recommend Tasmania, they ask me why you recommend Tasmania. But basically, and the most importantly, actually, I feel like the Tasmania has the lower competition compared to the other state. So I give you the exact number later on, but state nomination, each state and territory, they get the allocation from the Department of Home Affairs about the 190 and 491 nomination. So the sometimes even small state and territory, they get the bigger quota, but they still have a less number of the international students. So Tasmania is the one that has a less number of the international students, but have a reasonable quota from the Department of Home Affairs. So that's why in terms of the migration and then nomination, the competition, then I feel like Tasmania is relatively lower than other states. And then Tasmania is nominated as a designated the area in entire territory. So even you study, even your work, and you have all the opportunity for the regional benefit. And also, the recently Tasmania introduced the state nomination with many different types, especially for the 491. There are, I think, around 5 different streams to apply the 491 state nomination. And then even 190 and 491, they have a less requirement than other states. So if you clearly understand about what is nomination criteria, then if you can well prepare, it's not that much high to meet all the requirements. So it means you have a relatively high opportunity to get the invitation from the Tasmanian government. And some stream, they don't require even experience to get the nomination. And also it's available for the offshore applicants as well. So as I mentioned earlier, that if you see the exact number for the allocated quota from the Department of Home Affairs. So I mean, Queensland, so let's simply compare with Queensland. So in terms of the 190 visa, see, the Queensland have 1,000 allocation in here, you can see. But for the Tasmania, even more, 1,100. And then 491, the nomination, the Queensland had 1,250 place, but the Tasmania is 2,200 places for the applicants, which means like the 491, let's say 491, they have around twice bigger than Queensland. But let's talk a little bit about the number of international students. In Queensland, I think more than 10 universities are in here. And then there are heaps of international students. But in Tasmania, as far as I know, the UTAS is the only university in Tasmania, and there are some TAFE and college. But that's why maybe the people who meet the requirement for the graduate stream, then the number is quite lower than other states. So they have a large quota, but less applicants, means there are higher chance to get the invitation. So that's why we keep saying Tasmania is quite kind of the state that has more opportunity than others. So even the students who complete their study in other states, let's say in Queensland and Victoria and New South Wales, and then when they move to the Tasmania during their graduation visa, and they meet another requirement for the nomination, I see that many of them still get the invitation. So that's why Tasmania has a more opportunity than other states. So I believe if you are struggling to get the nomination, or if you are struggling to planning your migration options, then I think it's time you talk with us. Then you can maybe think about Tasmania as your destination. And before I go through all the detailed information about the 491 and 190, I always would like to emphasize about the skilled visa requirement. A lot of students and the future applicants contact us, and then they said, oh, I meet all the requirements for the Tasmania nomination. Can you please help to apply the EOI and nomination? But when I check their details, I can easily find that they are not meeting the requirement, which means that they are simply check the website and then they believe they meet all the requirement for the state nomination, but you must check about the visa requirement, which from the Department of Home Affairs. So the age must be less than 45, and you must have at least competent English, and the most important thing that you must have valid skill assessment in your nominated occupation. And your point, of course, have to be at least 65. This 65 point is include the state nomination point. Let's say if you go through the 190, then you can get a 5 extra point. And if you get the state nomination for 491 visa, then you will get the 15 point. So this 65 point is include those points, so means you can easily achieve this point. But always 65 point is the minimum point that you can be considered, which means even though you have a 65 point, there is a high chance that you cannot get an invitation as well. So you must clearly understand about the nomination requirement as well as the visa requirement, and you have to maximize to increase your point by having a better English skill, by having a work experience in Australia. Okay, now let's start about the 190 nomination in Tasmania. There are two categories in 190 nomination. So the first category is for the students who complete their study in Tasmania. And second category is the students or applicants who are currently working in Tasmania. Let's get through the detailed information. So let's find out the more information about the Tasmania graduate stream. So means this stream is only eligible for the students who complete their study in Tasmania. So now there is some changes. So the Tasmania government divided this stream into the two different sections, that applicants who commenced their last course of study in Tasmania before 30th of June this year. And the other group is the applicants or students who commenced the last course of study in Tasmania after 30th of June 2020. So for example, if you have enrolled the packaged course for the cookery, let's say 34 commercial cookery plus diploma of hospitality, then your last course will be the diploma of hospitality. Then if your diploma course has started before the June 30th of this year or after 30th of June this year, then the requirement is gonna be different. So if you started your last course before the 30th of June 2021, then you simply meet the 2 years study requirement and you have to live in Tasmania 2 years. And at the time of the nomination application, applicants and dependents must currently be living in Tasmania. And even though you don't have the skilled employment, then you can provide your career plan, then how you get the job and how you make a research, then you can still be considered. But again, this is a state nomination requirement for the Tasmania, that you still have to meet skill assessment and those requirements as well. But if your last course commenced in Tasmania after 30th of June 2021, there are some changes. 2 years study requirement is the same, and then you have to at least live in Tasmania for 2 calendar years from the commencement of your study and the entire duration of your study as well. And your applicants and dependent must be currently be living in Tasmania at the time of the nomination application. And also, that's okay if you don't need to get the job, but if you are not in the skilled employment, you must provide a career plan. But here, the major difference comes up here. So if you completed your study on your student visa, and if you completed your study on non-student visa, there are some additional requirements that you have to consider to meet this requirement. So if your last course commenced before the 30th of June, you don't need to care about which visa you studied. Let's say even you complete the certain study on your graduation visa, that's totally okay. But if your last course of study in Tasmania started after 30th of June, that the visa that you complete your study is very important. Let's see how it is different. If you held a student visa during your study, then your degree and diploma and your that should be considered and then okay to meet this requirement. But even though you don't complete the degree or diploma, your qualification is directly related to a priority in the industry training and workforce development area, which is designed by the Tasmania government. Then you can, if you meet the minimum qualification level in that area, you can still meet this stream requirement. So if again, the summary, if you are holding a student visa and complete your course on your student visa, then it must be degree or diploma, or the qualification must be directly related with some specific area which is designed by the Tasmania government. But if you complete your study on non-student visa, then your study must be directly related to a priority industry training and work development area. So for example, let's say if you complete your bachelor degree, Bachelor of Art on the student visa, then you meet the requirement, because if you complete this course on student visa and then your qualification is bachelor degree. But if you complete the course, for example, make it easy, on your graduation visa, then you are complete the bachelor degree on the non-student visa. That means you have to thinking about the list of the list that the Tasmania government designed. So let's look at those lists. And tourism and hospitality, and then building and construction, and manufacturing and energy, and aged service, agriculture, disability service, and aquaculture, and transport and logistics. This is the only area that Tasmania government accept for this stream. Which means if your study is not directly related with this area, you are not eligible to apply the Tasmania graduate stream, because you complete your study on non-student visa. Okay, so it's very important which visa you hold during while you are completing your study. Then the requirement and then criteria are gonna be totally different. So you must understand clearly about this part. And the second stream for the 190 is working in Tasmania stream. So working in Tasmania stream require you to have at least 6 months immediately prior to the application experience. So, and then this experience require you to have the 35 hours a week at least, and it can be 1 full-time or 2 or more part-time. And applicants and dependents must currently be living in Tasmania, and employment must be in occupation list on the Tasmania skilled occupation list on non-student visa holder. And the employment need to be in your nominated occupation. It must be in your nominated occupation. Means the employment is directly related with the occupation that you got a positive outcome on skill assessment. And employer must be well established business. So Tasmania government checked that business has operated for the last 12 months. So this is the definition of well-established business in here. So the business must have the address and local landline contact number, and then ongoing office and some reputation. So this is I don't know why this specific requirement comes up, but previously many people may be using the house-based business to get this stream, but now the Tasmania government clarify the well-established business definition. So you must double check whether your employer meet this requirement or not. And then there are some areas that Tasmania not supporting for this nomination under this stream, that employment relate to the supermarket and like a cleaning business under the subcontract and service station and limited service restaurant, kind of fast food or takeaway service and takeaway sushi shop and pizza. And this limited restaurant is not considered to meet this requirement. So you have to look at this one as well. Also, a lot of people get a nomination through the massage clinic before, but this is actually excluded for this stream. And then again, the taxi and Uber driving is also cannot be the business employment to meet this stream. So for Tasmania, for the 190 nomination, there are clear two different categories. The first category that is available for the students who complete their study in Tasmania. But now, from now on, you have to think about whether that you complete a certain course on student visa or non-student visa. So it depends on the visa that you hold, that the requirement is gonna be different. And the other category is working in Tasmania. Then you have to check whether your employer is a well-established business, and then your employer is not related with the supermarket or service station and limited service restaurant as well. So you must check those requirements, then you can have a better outcome later. And TAS state nomination step for the 190. Then after you meet all the requirement, let's say the skill assessment and point and everything, then you can simply create your EOI on skill select. And after you create the EOI, you apply the nomination application through the Migration Tasmania website. And then if your nomination application is approved, then you will get the nomination approval letter. At the same time, you will get the visa invitation letter. Then, based on the visa invitation letter, you can launch the visa in 60 days from the invitation day. Then finally, your visa is going to be assessed, and then you will get the permanent visa directly, because 190 is the permanent visa. And the 491 nomination. So it is quite messy, but there are many different categories for the 491 in Tasmania. So let's say the first category is the same, like the students who complete their study in Tasmania. And second category, working in Tasmania, which is the same to the 190 nomination. And the third category is the option for the overseas applicants. And then based on the TESOL requirement. And then 3B category is the overseas applicant with the job offer. And the fourth category is the family member in Tasmania. And the last one is small business owner pathway. So let's go through the one by one. It's similar that like for the 491, the graduate stream is similar to the 190, but it doesn't necessarily require you to have a 2 years course. So you can just complete the 40 weeks study, full-time 1 year course. Then you lived in 1 year in Tasmania, then still eligible to apply the 491 stream. But this one is also divided into the two different groups based on the when your last course of study has been commenced. So if your last course of study in Tasmania is started before the 30th of June, then they don't care about which visa did you have. But if your last course of study in Tasmania commenced after 30th of June 2021, that you must consider which visa you're holding while you are completing this study. But again, whether you go through the first one, second one, the study requirement and then duration is the same, 40 weeks and 1 year, and then just live at least 1 calendar year. and applicants and dependent must living in Tasmania at the time of the nomination application. And if not, you don't require to have the employment to apply this stream, but if you don't have a skilled employment, you can provide the career plan. So again, it's the same to the 190 based on the visa that you hold to complete your study, then you have an extra requirement. So I already explained this one on the 190, so I skip this part. And working in Tasmania stream, that is a stream same to 6 months prior to the nomination application. And but this one for the 491, you do not require to have the work in your nominated occupation, but you must have the valid skill assessment and employment in a TESOL list. And if the employment in TESOL list, you will have the nomination application after 3 months work experience. And this work experience require you to have at least 35 hours a week, which means almost full time, but you can still use the one full time or in 2 or more part time. And again, applicants and dependent or family member must be in Tasmania at the time of the nomination application. And you have to provide minimum 12 months is contract with at least 3 months remaining at the time of the nomination. Let's say if today you're applying the state nomination for the working in TAS stream, that you must holding the at least the 12 months contract, but you can still use the contract that you made in this year. Let's say on May, you already made a contract with your employer, then let's say it's a 1 year contract, then it will be valid until next year May, but you can still using that contract to meet this requirement. And then same to the 190, the employer must be a well-established business. That means that the business must be operated for the last 12 months actively. And also this limited service business is not considered for the working in Tasmania stream. Again, that include the supermarket and subcontract cleaning business and service station, and limited service restaurant and takeaway shop and massage clinic, taxi and Uber driving is not considered. And the third the category for the 491 nomination is for the overseas applicant, means offshore applicants based on the TESOL experience. So in this case, the applicants must have the job offer in related with the nominated occupation under the TESOL occupation list. So TESOL means Tasmania Skilled Occupation List. So if you get through the Migration Tasmania website, you can simply find the TESOL occupation list. Then to apply this overseas applicant stream, then your occupation must be under the TESOL. And you must have, of course, you must have a valid skill assessment, and then you have not lived in any other Australian state within last 12 months. And if there is other requirement and not in the TESOL, then if you want to go through the overseas applicant stream, you must meet all the requirement as well. And wage and condition must be less favorable than those who are Australian and permanent resident in the same place, and then also must be less favorable than Australian market salary. And also have to prove that you have a genuine and ongoing needs for the occupation. But this one is open, but it's gonna be very comparative, I guess. Then also you must have for long years of the experience to be considered as well. And the overseas applicants under the job offer, that you must also have the skill assessment, and your nominated occupation should be under the TESOL. And then again, same, have not lived in any other Australian state within last 12 months. and also meet other requirement and notes on note column. There are many different requirements by each occupation under the TESOL. So another stream doesn't require you meet those requirements, but if you go through the overseas offshore applications category, then you must also consider that other requirement and notes of under the TESOL occupation list. And then you must show that you have a sufficient fund to settle in Tasmania. It's not should be okay. And the family in Tasmania, we get some inquiry about this one quite often, but again, they specify the relationship to be eligible to apply this stream. So to consider for this category, that you should be applying from the outside of Tasmania and have a immediate family member who meets following criteria. Let's say the family member is Australia permanent resident or Australian citizen who has who achieved those visa or citizenship before at least 12 months before the application, and currently residing in the Tasmania and for 12 months. And it must be a parent or brother, sister, child, auntie and uncle or grandparents. So if you have any relatives out of this relationship, your application will be refused. And then those family member has to be declared that they will support and assist you to settle in Tasmania as well. So relationship by marriage, such as a sister-in-law or brother-in-law, are not acceptable for this category. So let's say I'm the applicant, but my wife's sister living in the Tasmania and meet all the requirements, then I cannot use the marriage relationship to apply this stream. I have to have the immediate family member, which is defined on this slide. And the last stream for the 491 is a small business owner. So these days, most of the state actually developing and release the information about the small business related stream for the 491. Tasmania is the first state they offer those options. And then it's quite actively operating at the moment through the entire Tasmania territory. Then to meet this stream requirement, you must demonstrate that you have established and operated your business in Tasmania at least 6 months. And then those business give you the at least 53,900 annual salary, income. So means you must produce at least this amount of the income by taking these businesses. And then also you must provide a very complicated and comprehensive business plan to Tasmania government. Then this business plan is mostly based on the kind of SWOT analysis, like you have to provide them what is your strengths, and then what is your unique skills, or what is your weakness, and then how you can overcome those weaknesses, and then what is the market opportunity in Tasmania in your business, and then what is the threat, but how you can overcome something like that. You have to provide this very well and detailed business plan to persuade the Tasmania government officer to give you the invitation. And you must consider that franchise and part-owned or passive business investment are not acceptable. And also, a lot of people made application through this business, but no longer available for the service station, massage clinic, and taxi and Uber business is not supported under this category. But they didn't mention about the restaurant. They didn't mention about the previous kind of limited service restaurant thing. So you can still using those business to meet this small business owners category requirement. So the Tasmania, there are many different categories on the 491. So each category has their own specific requirement and criteria. So it is very important which category is the most important, most suitable for your application. And for 491, it's basically same, that you have a valid skill assessment and apply the EOI, then apply the state nomination. Once your state nomination is approved, and then you can apply the visa, and then your visa gonna be approved. Then once you get the visa approval, you will have the 5-year visa duration. Then you have to continue to live in the regional area and then make around 53,900 salary annual income. Then you can go through the 191 after 3 years. So Migration Tasmania nomination priority are candidate with the employment and skilled assessment in critical role at the moment, but this one is keep changing. So you have to look into the Tasmania website to check whether there are any changes about the priority. Yep. So we have quite a high number of the applicants or students who are considering about the Tasmania. So we help them to enroll in the university or TAFE and college in Tasmania. Also, we helping them to get the state nomination and other future visa option as well. So if you have any specific plan, or if you don't have any specific plan, then please contact us. Then we can help you to get the best outcome. Oh. This is my part, then maybe we can go through the Q&A session, team.
Yes, thank you, Namo. So we have got some questions in the checkbox. So for the first one, it's about, hi, I'm in the student visa in Tasmania and studying diploma and advanced diploma in hospitality management. My question is, first one, am I still be eligible to apply for 491 visa 1 year after 1 year studies during student visa, or do I need to be in temporary visa for eligibility? Oh, sorry, Namo, probably you need to unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
So as soon as you complete your first year course, I think you can still meet the requirement for the graduate stream, but it depends on your last course, the start date. That I said that there are two different parts that when your last course gonna be started. So after this one, then you can send me the exact information that we can provide the further answer for this one. And the second question that. Yes, as long as you complete the certificate for commercial cookery, then you can have the provisional skill assessment for the TRA, and then once you complete the hospitality management, you can apply the TR. Is that enough, or I can't clearly understand?
And I think Himao give more information about the second course. He mentioned the second course started in September. I assume it will be September this year. Yeah. Yeah, September 2021 for the second course.
Okay, that you're under the student visa, then I think they should be okay that you meet all the requirement.
Yeah.
If you complete the course, then you can go through the graduate category stream for the nomination.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we have another question from Diana. Does the employment in Tasmania have to be under a contract, or sole trader work be valid too?
The sole trader work can be valid, but it depends on the situation. As you can see, the graduate work, the working stream, that it depends on your industry and your business. So let's say if you are working in the subcontract, like a cleaning, they are not accepting as you are in employment. But otherwise, it's case by case. Then if you give the detailed information, we can analyze and give you the answer. But the subcontract, yeah, they are still accepted, but depends on which industry you are in.
Okay. So once I finish, the same as the first attendees question. So once I finish my 1 year study in Tasmania, what would be my second step?
Or first year study in Tasmania, then if you are ready for all the other requirement in nomination or valid skill assessment and everything, then it's time that you can go through the nomination. And then see if the nomination is approved, then you will get the visa invitation.
And Diana raised another question. If I work as a sole trader in allied health, would I be eligible?
Oh, I have to look into it, then I cannot give you the yes or no. But yeah, after this presentation, maybe we can discuss further about this part.
Yep.
Usually okay, yeah.
And do I need to apply for temporary visa and do the skill assessment? I think it's the same question from Hima. He's asking about, I believe should be chef, the nominated occupation or cook. Yes.
If you want to go through the any skilled visa in the include the 491 190, you don't necessarily holding the TR, but you must have the skill assessment. But this skill assessment is quite different with the skill assessment for TR. So let's say for the chef, that you can have the first stage like a provisional skill assessment to apply the TR, but to apply the visa or nomination, you must have the full skill assessment. So it's a little bit different.
Okay, thank you. And I have put Namo's contact email in the checkbox. If any attendees have future or further question, you can drop Namo an email. Then he can reply to you as soon as possible. Or if you have consulted with one of our education counselor, you can always check with your education counselor first, and then your EC can contact Namo for appointments or any question. Yeah. All good. I think that's all the questions from the checkbox. Thank you, Namo.
Thank you.
Thank you. And then now we have Donna from the University of Tasmania to have shown us the beautiful UTAS campus and the most popular programs, as well as some exciting scholarship availability for international students. So, hello, Donna, how are you?
Hi, Teen. How are you going?
Good.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Excellent. I'm just about to share
Yes.
slides that I have here. Please bear with me.
Yep, no problem at all.
Give me a moment.
Yep, before you start, probably I can talk a little bit about UTAS. And actually, UTAS is the only public university based in Tasmania, but it also has a campus in Sydney, so which Donna will talk about it later. So I will pass it to you.
Lovely. Thank you very much, Teen. And hello, everyone. Thank you for your time. And I'm very excited to talk to you about the amazing courses that we are providing from the University of Tasmania, as well as the scholarship packages that we have and internship programs that we are providing for international students. So to start with, just gonna give you a quick preview about how the university is when it comes to providing courses. We provide about 100 undergraduate degree courses, 150 postgraduate programs, and we are the 4th oldest university in Australia. So like what Tin said, we have campuses in Hobart, Launceston, Burnie, and we also have Sydney campuses that's based in Rozelle and Darlinghurst for our allied health courses. So we are ranked globally in the top 350 universities in the world. And Tasmania basically is a very affordable place to live. I've been in Tasmania for about 17 years and originally from the Philippines. And as always, it never fails to amaze me. That's why I love living in Tasmania. The people are very friendly and very welcoming, and not to mention as well, the environment yeah, it's like a paradise. So this view that you're looking at here, I'll talk to you about the employability. This is in Tasmania. So this lavender farm that you're seeing, it's about a few hour drives from Hobart. So we'll talk about employability at the University of Tasmania. When you graduate with us for your bachelor's degree, we have surveyed our graduates, and the median salary that most of them are getting is about $68,000. And if we compare that to the national average, it's 58,000. So we are higher than the national average by about almost 10%. So that's great. And if you graduate with us with a master's degree, the median salary is about $80,000. And we have surveyed this for about over 1,000 students. So again, it's higher than the national average. And I can tell you the reason why our students are excelling and the graduate success is really high. It's because of the services and the support that we are providing to our students. So first one, the industry connection, it's very strong at the University of Tasmania. So I can tell you about the first thing that our international student is benefiting when they come here is the internship preparation program. So the internship preparation program is solely designed for our international student to get support in getting them ready when it comes to applying jobs. So we help them with writing application, how to apply, how to write selection criteria, and then as well prepare them for interviews. So we have mock interviews. We have a dedicated team for this internship program who can help you all the way. And for this program, you're eligible for about 40 to 80 hours of industry internship. We have, because we are the only university in Tasmania, we have forged a very strong partnership with our government industry and public industries as well. So for example, getting a job in Tasmania, it's some of the jobs, they are not advertised on SEEK or they're not advertised on employment agencies. What they do is they come to us directly. For example, an engineering firm or an engineering industry, they wanted the best candidate. So what they do, they come to us directly. They wanted to hunt the best or the creme a la creme of our students. And so that's how most of our students get jobs. And in the internship preparation program, 70% of our participants, these are international students, they get a job after their internship preparation. One example that I know is we have a student who studied law and he got an internship in the Fair Work Ombudsman and became an intern in there for about 80 hours. They saw his capability and they have employed him. They offered him a job after the internship. So it opens door for you to get a job after the internship. So the other program that we have to build your networks is the Vice Chancellor's Leadership Program. So this is to hone your leadership capabilities. So we encourage you to volunteer in some industries or even non-for-profit organization. And we help you hone those skills, those employability skills that are transferable when you graduate with us. Now, the VCLP is a unit that you can enroll and it's free and it will be translated in your academic transcript. This becomes very attractive to potential employers if you have this kind of unit of honing your leadership skills. Now we have the Career Connect as well. And like I said, industries come to us directly. And so what we do, we advertise these jobs internally, and those only students that are at the University of Tasmania can access these jobs. And also we educate you with workplace laws and again, the different types of works that you can have while studying at the University of Tasmania. So while student at the University of Tasmania, there are casual jobs available for you. In fact, one of my colleagues who are working with me now, with us, has been a graduate at the University of Tasmania, started as a casual and now landed a permanent job in the international recruitment. So how amazing is that to get a job while studying and then get a permanent job after graduation. So if we talk about courses that are really popular and sought after in the University of Tasmania is the Bachelor of Nursing. So please note that Bachelor of Nursing, you have to be in Tasmania on campus to study this course. So we do not provide online course for this, but for the Bachelor of Nursing. I have a bit of a news to say that our Bachelor of Nursing Fast Track Hobart, it's already full. This is the most popular course that we have that's in Hobart. You have two more options. You can do the 3-year Launceston Nursing, or you can do the Sydney 2-year accelerated program. So that's fast track. Our next intake is on the 17th of January, 2022. If you intend to stay in Hobart and the only available course now is in Launceston, that's not a problem at all. You can still stay in Hobart. You can be based in Hobart. You can travel to Launceston 4 times per semester, 2 days to attend your intensive practicals. So all in all, 8 days in total. So that means that, like I said, you can still be based in Hobart and just go there and stay in our accommodation service there. There are some available rooms for you that you can use while you are in Launceston. Master of Social Work. Again, this one is very popular to our students. The graduates are job ready and eligible for registration with the Australian Association of Social Workers. And we have 2 campuses available, and that's in Hobart and Launceston for 2 years. We only have 1 intake per year, and that is February. Academic entry is that you need to have an undergraduate degree that's relating to studies of society and studies of individual to meet the direct entry. If you do not meet this, we are happy to provide you the pathway, which is the Bachelor of Social Work with Honours, and that's for 1 year. Entry requirements, you need to have an IELTS of 7, no band less than 6.5. And unfortunately, we do not accept any other equivalent tests. We accept combined scores though, and we accept also the prior studies of English. So if you have studied in a higher secondary education for 3 years, then you will meet the entry requirements. So again, like the Bachelor of Nursing, the Master of Social Work is not available for online study. You have to be on campus to study that. So just a little bit of an FYI, 74.4% of our recent graduates found full-time employment, and we are higher than the national average. Master of Teaching. Again, this one is very popular because when you graduate Master of Teaching with us, you can teach wherever in Australia and at the same time around the world. So we have seen a lot of our students who are studying across Australia and also in the UK, in America, and all around the world. The academic requirements is that we have the primary and secondary specialization. You need to have 8 units in one of the primary proficiency areas and non-teaching degree to qualify for the primary specialization. And for secondary, you need to have a major of 8 units in one of the secondary teaching area and a minor of 4 units in another area. So English language requirements, you need to have IELTS of 7.5 and writing needs to be 7, reading 7, listening is higher. You have to have 8 and speaking of 8. If you do not meet these, we can package the offer for English for you. And you have studied in the UK, New Zealand, USA, and Ireland, and Canada and Singapore. For 5 years, you meet the English language requirement. Please note that we do not accept PTE for this requirement. And if you wanted to study information and communication technology with us, we offer the Bachelor and the Master of Information Technology. We have, you can study high demand with like specializations like cybersecurity, data science, and GRAIM and creative technology. This has an internship component in this course, and you will get credit for a real industry experience as part of your studies. Pre-COVID, our students tend to travel to America and in Vietnam as part of the 2-week overseas educational experience. So at this time, students are doing the online internship, but hopefully soon our students can go and travel again for their overseas educational experience. Again, some of your lecturers are game developers who have started and now run their own game development and publishing company worldwide. The Master of Professional Engineering Specialization. We have introduced a new specialization. It is the timber design. This is the only specialization in Australia, and we are the only university that is offering this. So if you have a science-based undergraduate degree with sufficient numerical skills, you are eligible for a 1-year block credit. So instead of studying this course for 3 years, you will be finishing this course for 2 years. The English requirement is IELTS, no band less than 6. We accept PTE and TOEFL for this course. Okay, just a bit of an FYI. According to the data, there is a projected job growth for planning, architecture, and design programs. Projected growth up to 2024, it's 10.8 for planning. So if you study Master of Planning, there is a chance, like I said, the demand of this profession in 2024 will go up to 10.8. And for regional planners, 13.8. And for planners, surveyors, architects, and designers, there's 13.2 job growth in 2024. If you come to UTAS, we offer these courses, and you will have an experience of work integrated learning opportunities with different festivals like Monofoma, Dark Mofo, 10 Days on the Island, and TSO, and many more. And you will have an experience of rich exhibition and performance programs that, such as concerts, theater productions, media school film festivals, gallery and exhibitions. So this will definitely cement your experience if you would like to become an engineer or architect. Master of Agriculture and Food Sciences Specialization. This is a brand new course that we're offering for our students for next year, semester 2, with different specializations. So FYI for an agriculture, it opens the door with up to 4 to 5 jobs for every graduate. So when you graduate for this course, you will never have problems finding jobs. With the course that we're offering, you will have an experience of industry engagement from first year to graduation. You will have field trips, work placements, and career events, direct engagement, industry leaders. We own our own farms. We've got about 6 farms that you can go and explore, research such as dairy farm and so on. So the entry for this course is that you need to have a science-related area and some background in science relevant to specialization. Do we have any questions regarding the courses before we talk about scholarships?
I think we received a question on checkbox regarding
All right. Yep.
can I study graduate certificate in business studies to get into Master of Professional Accounting?
Absolutely, but we need to know, we need to see your application. You might meet the direct entry. So if you have
Yes.
a bachelor's degree, then you would be able to meet the master's entry direct level. So we need to look at your application first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good. And probably regarding some popular programs like Master of Social Work, sometimes we got a lot of inquiries that students with only, let's say, for business background, which cannot satisfy the direct entry into the Master of Social Work. So I believe UTAS will offer a pathway.
Yes.
So the pathway will be 1 year Bachelor of Arts and then
Correct.
2 years of Master of Social Work. So for
Correct,
any
Tim.
attendees who with a Bachelor of Business or Engineering or Science background, but would like to study Master of Social Work, you can consider this pathway, which will be 3 years in total. And we receive another question. In some of the courses, the requirement mentioned is IELTS. How about TOEFL, IBT, and etc.?
For which course?
Let's see.
Some of the courses that we offer, it's like the so for the Master of Teaching, we only accept IELTS. And we do not accept other equivalents. So as the Master of Social Work, we only accept IELTS. It's not us, it's the board, it's the social work board and the teaching board that are requiring these English requirements. But for our nursing, we do accept IELTS, PTE, and TOEFL, but we do not package the offer with English. For you to be eligible to meet the English language for our Bachelor of Nursing, you need to pass the PTE, TOEFL, or IELTS test, which is the equivalent of 7 overall.
Yeah, probably I can quickly copy the link for the equivalency in other tests, then you can have a look. Yep, I just sent the link for the English language requirement from UTAS in different recognized tests. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thanks, Tin.
No worries. Yeah. Yeah, I think no more question at this stage.
Lovely. We'll proceed with the exciting news, which is our scholarships. Bear with me. So we have the Tasmanian International Scholarship, which is 25% discount of your tuition fee for the whole duration of your degree. And how do we do that? If you're eligible, we assess your transcript. So it's academic merit based. You don't need to apply for this. You're automatically assessed once you submit your application. There's no application fee, and it will be notified in your letter of offer. So how to assess this? You need to have a 75% GPA or equivalent or B+ equivalent to be eligible for the Tasmanian International Scholarship. And that's for the whole duration of your degree. And so for your, you also have a 10% scholarship. If you have a family member who studied at UTAS before or currently studying, you're eligible for a 10% discount. And if you've studied foundation with us and you wanted to proceed to undergraduate, you will get a 10% discount. And if you studied undergraduate and then you will proceed to postgraduate, you will get a 10% discount. We have the Dean's Merit Scholarship. So that's been College of Business, College of Arts, Law and Education, and College of Science and Engineering programs. And this is only available for onshore. You need to be studying in Hobart or Launceston campuses. And for this, you need to be a high achiever. You need to have about 95% GPA to be eligible for the 50% discount. Oh, what happened there? Sorry, bear with me. And if you're offshore, you are eligible for a 20% tuition fee discount while studying offshore. And that's for next year. And you need to be studying associate, bachelor, or master's coursework. So automatically assessed, and it will be offered on your offer letter. So that's a 20% discount of your tuition fee while studying offshore. We have the onshore packages. So you have, if you're in Australia and you have accepted an offer with us, you can enjoy 3 different packages. So you can do the Career Jumpstart. So the Career Jumpstart will let you have a paid work experience position at the University of Tasmania. Like I said a while back, with our casual works, you can have the opportunity to work with us. And you will be given employability training and workshops. And you have a $500 corporate clothing voucher. So, and another option that you can is the Kickstart My Move. You will be given $5,000 to help with your move if you come from the mainland, and accommodation costs. And you have casual employment workshop with us. The third option is the uni living support. So if you choose this, you will be given 50% discount of your accommodation for the 12 months. And you will also get $500 Uber Eats, Woolworths, or cafe voucher as a credit. It's great, isn't it, Tin?
Very attractive.
What do you choose if you were to accept your offer?
I will probably choose the living supports, 50% off for the accommodation. Yes.
Excellent. That's a great choice. If I were me, I will do the Career Jumpstart.
Yes.
Because I get my foot in the door of the university, and I'll get a job. I'll get an experience. I'll build my networks. I get to know potential employers.
Yeah.
Good in my resume. So I'm being strategic in here. I know that being practical is also good.
So these packages won't affect for the scholarship receiver, right?
No.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
You need to check the terms and conditions. If you go, do you mind sharing the International Student Scholarship link to them?
Yeah.
It should be on the UTAS website, and then if not, I can give it to you.
Yep, I can just copy and put it in the chat box.
The chat box. Wonderful. Thank you.
No worries.
And the last scholarship is the Destination Australia Scholarship. I'm not sure if you heard about this. It's only for onshore students. And this is a scholarship provided by the federal government, commencing for academic 2022, $15,000 per year for up to 4 years that you will get from the government if you get this scholarship. And application is still open until the 31st of October. All you need to do is to apply, and you will be assessed based on academic and the merit quality of your written application. So you will need to answer 12 questions in the scholarship, such as they want to know your community engagement, why you wanted this scholarship, and any activities or awards that you have done. So it's the federal government who will be assessing your application. I highly recommend do this, because if you get this scholarship and you get the 25% discount scholarship of the University of Tasmania, that's great, isn't it? So you can have both. The only thing that we have for the English language requirements is that the changes for the Australian matriculation EAL conversion. So changes have recently been made to provide more clarity to students studying high school under the Australian curriculum, what they need to achieve in AEL. So year 12 students. I'm happy to send these slides with you, Tin, and
Yes.
you can share that to our participants later. Yeah. And if they have any questions, feel free to let me know.
Yep, we received 2 more questions regarding
Wonderful.
the scholarship. So we have one question. Is Master of Laboratory Medicine a eligible course for 25% off fee for the Tasmanian International Scholarship?
Absolutely. All courses except the medicine, you will be assessed for the Tasmanian International Scholarship. All you need to have is a 75% GPA or B+ equivalent to be eligible for the course.
Cool. I think this program is quite popular actually, right?
Yes, it is very popular.
Yes.
I forgot to mention about the English language package, which can you see this? Are you seeing the link?
No.
Sorry. So we have an English language package program. So we also provide 20 weeks, up to 20 weeks of English language program at no cost.
Cool.
Yeah, so if you do not meet the English language requirement and you wanted to package your offer, we can do that, and you will be given up to 20 weeks of free English language course with us.
Yes. Let me quickly find, if I can find the link, then I can share.
I'll send it to you. I've got it with me.
Yeah.
We'll put it on the chat box. That's for everyone. Here we go.
Yep. Cool. And we also have the second question regarding the Dean Merit Scholarship has opened. I think this student already received the COE to study trimester. I think it's semester 1 next year.
Okay.
Can I ask for scholarship review? How do I do that?
Okay. We need the details, Dean. Can you email it to me, and then I will get the admissions office to review?
Yep, sure, no problem. I will contact the students and yes, cool.
No worries, we'll do that. Yes. We can always, So if some of you have already applied and did not get the Tasmanian International Scholarship, but you believe that you meet the criteria, get back to us and we'll be happy to reassess your scholarship.
Yeah, cool, no problem.
Wonderful. Excellent. Do we have any other questions?
Seems no at the moment, but for all the attendees, if you have any question about studying at UTAS or you have any question about the state nomination, just feel free to contact Sol. So if we can't answer your question, definitely we will bother Donna to get a correct answer and we will get back to you. Thank you so much, Donna, for today's presentation.
You're welcome.
Yes, hopefully we can meet in person very soon.
Yes. So again, thank you so much and good luck on your endeavors and your studies, everyone. And hopefully we can welcome you at the University of Tasmania soon.
Yes, thank you, Donna. And for everyone, before we end, I just want to remind you, we have the one last remaining online seminar, which will be on next Tuesday. It is for Queensland State Nomination Updates and Griffith University presentation, since Queensland government just opened the state nomination 2 days ago. So we already received some invitation. So if you are interested about Queensland state nomination or studying at Griffith University, just scan the QR code to register online, or we will send the link via the checkbox, and we will see you on next Tuesday.